let's go live. And we'll come back over here. It says you're live. So, yeah, okay. Scene, browser, scene. Okay. Okay, we can make that big if we want to. And then just come here, we go here, and bring that there. Okay, so now we're here, here. Okay, and then we're here, here.
Now we're capturing the way it should.
Yep. Now, what I want you to do is you do this. I'm going to go to another computer in a different room so you'll get feedback. I just want you to do a little bit of what you would normally do as far as levels into that thing.
All right, so you can see, because you're streaming right now, correct?
Yeah, we should be live.
Well, this is Mark Ewens, your staff meteorologist extraordinaire in the KNOX back room where all the good stuff happens. But as we're looking at the flooding which is occurring in the southern Red River Valley, this is a check of the Wild Rice River near Abercrombie, which is currently slowly rising and is forecast to just touch the moderate stage over the weekend. Looking at the Wild Rice River at Hickson, it is also fairly steady, showing a very slight rise, but is forecast to reach minor flood stage later this weekend into early next week. The Red River in Fargo, it is showing some minor rises and is forecast to accelerate as snowmelt continues to move northward. It is expected to reach into the major level by the time we get into the middle of next week. Downstream at Hendrum, the Wild Rice River just showing some minor rises. The Red River, the north at Halstead, some minor rises as well. Looking at the Sand Hill River at Climax, Minnesota, it's also rising a little bit from the snowmelt. At Thompson, again, some very minor rises going on at the...
You keep going, but here, I'm going to pull it up on my phone out here because there's no audio available on that road.
Oh, all right. Looking at the Red River, the north in Grand Forks, currently around 17 feet, slowly rising, and is expected that we will probably see forecasts starting for the Red River, the north in Grand Forks, sometimes maybe late this week or over the weekend. Flood stage at Grand Forks is 28 feet, so obviously at the present time, we're a long way from reaching flood stage in the Grand Cities area. The Red Lake River at Crookston, Minnesota, showing some very minor rises. Action stage is at 12 feet. No forecast currently available for that. And looking at the Red Lake River at Fisher, and this is a good gauging site for tracking the crest as it travels from the Crookston area towards East Grand Forks. It has been rising up about a foot over the last 3 days, so some of that snowmelt water is making its way into the Red Lake River. Slow rises are expected to occur. Now, the Goose River is typically a fairly significant contributor to flooding in the northern Red River Valley, and there is a significant snowpack upstream of the Goose Gauge at Hillsborough. And you can see right now, very steady, a very, very slow creep up, but otherwise a very steady rise. Looking at the Turtle River over there at Turtle River State Park.
I want to try something here real quick. Because the one issue that we're running into here is it's so small on a phone screen that you can't really see what's going on. You can see the line, but that's about it. So let's do this and see how big we can blow this thing up. See, and then you won't be able to get there, right?
You're not going to see the hydrographs maybe, or I don't know what you will or won't see. Well, should still be able to, yeah.
You can pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
We can try that and see if that works a little bit better.
Where's the hydrograph when you hold over it? Because it should.
It doesn't show.
No.
Then you'd have to scroll down here. Let's see how it looks when you do that. Or else it's just not going to work on phone devices, but, you know.
It will. It's just there you go. You're getting there. It's just a delay, obviously.
Yeah, and now I can see it, but that means you would have to alter how you do this.
Yeah, because the majority of people, a lot of people are going to be using phones.
Yeah, so you'd have to blow it up about this big, right? And then center it in the screen, okay? And then when you're going around, so let's see, was this Hillsborough? No, that's Hillsborough's down here, right? So, you know, okay, so we're going to check Red River to the north at Halstead, and then you have to come over here and scroll down.
Yeah.
Right. And then you'd be able to show 8.44 feet. And we'll see how small we can make it and watch it still look good once we get to a screen where it's kind of.
Well, once the river comes up, you can just go ahead. Control minus sign should shrink you back down a little bit.
It's a lot to do, though. I mean, there's a lot of things going on at that point.
But if we can find a zoom scale that works, you can leave that as your default.
Yeah, let's see if we can find one that works here.
Like a 15-second delay.
Well, that's internet conditions.
I understand.
Actually, it's pretty good. I mean, some of our stuff that we did for hockey was like a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, even this just doesn't look very good. You can see the 8, right? But if you blow it up, you can kind of see what you're doing, right? But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that might be what we have to do is, and I don't know what zoom scale we're at here. I don't know how we can tell.
Well, it's usually in the, I think it's on the 3 dots. I think it tells you what the zoom scale is. Yeah, 250%.
250%?
Yeah.
So we might just have to use that, right? But, I mean, that looks presentable,
250.
Yeah, I mean, it looks, we can't see it here. We don't get the hydrograph at all when we do it like this.
Yeah, that's weird.
It wants to keep scrolling on us for some reason. But you can click on it.
Yeah, bring it up.
And then come over here and scoot it down. And hopefully that isn't too wonky for you.
I wonder.
With a mouse.
Yeah, because even the keypad will work for
okay.
this stuff.
So you can experiment with that a little bit. Yeah. But, yeah. So it's working, and it's working on this computer. I'm going to let you get back at it just so I can test the audio a little bit more.
Sure.
Go ahead and do that. I'll just turn it up.
Okay, so this is also just a dry test to see about some of the function keys because some of them work quite well. Well, I guess that's not going to work there. So I'm going to have to use the mouse to go back because there should be, what is that? Click to go back because it seems to me, is it an Alt left key? Because there is a key combination in Chrome that allows me to use, there we go, so it's Alt left or Alt right. Okay, brings me back to the previous screen. So the key combinations work well too. So I think we'll go and look and see we're at 250%. Okay, right. And so if I highlight over the Red River there and I do get used to this. No, Alt down's not working. Just the straight down button works in this. That's changing between screens. Okay, so there we go. So now I can see that I am at the Red River to the north at Oslo at 11.07 feet as of 1 o'clock this Wednesday afternoon. No forecast for it yet. So if I do an Alt back, does that take me back a page? Yes, I can use the hotkeys as well to rotate around perhaps a little more seamlessly. Looking up at Drayton. Now for some reason Drayton shows up within the window. I wonder if maybe I've got to be farther over, Ryan. So let's try this. Let's go ahead and move the screen a little bit further over to, whoops, wrong direction, because maybe if it's over here and then I highlight it, yep, there you go. So I see we just simply have to be far enough over to one side in order for the hydrograph to actually show up. So using, again, the Alt keys, I can go ahead and move around here. So now I'm able to go ahead and not have to rotate between the, how's that look? We're still at 250%, shows East Grand Forks, Red River to the north, at 16.86 feet, slowly rising. Remember, flood stage is 28 feet, so we're still quite a ways away from flood stage, just a little over 11 feet before we'll get there. We'll see forecasts from the River Forecast Center probably this weekend. Looking down again in the Fargo area, we see that the Red River has been creeping very, very slowly upward, essentially not much of a change there. It is expected to approach major flood stage of 30 feet as we get into early next week. So if we're using 250%, how do those numbers look, Ryan? Is that going to be sufficient to be able to see it on the small screen? Okay.
Let's try blowing this up then.
Yeah. So you see, because by using, is that visible by?
It was, but it could be better. Okay. Let's see if it's over there like that and we blow it up if it works.
Let's try that. Probably the same thing. Just have to have this far enough. Okay. Now we're looking at, this is a resolution. Should be 300% because I think it goes up 50% with every, yeah, it's 300% now. So here's 300%. Take a look at that. We'll start back over down here in the southern Red River Valley. Okay, this would be the, let me see, is that going to work or? Why are we not getting any pop-up over there? I wonder if that's something else I'm going to have to try. Let me try this right first. Let me move back over a little bit more and see if I can get the pop-up. There we go. So you have to be far enough over to one side in order for these things to show up. So that would be the Maple River at Mapleton. The banner is getting in the way. You have to figure that out. Yeah, that's going to be problematic. I have to figure out how to maybe scroll down a little bit and see if maybe that doesn't work any differently. Yeah, well, nope, that puts the banner right over the top of it. That's kind of annoying like that. And unfortunately, it won't stay up once the pointer moves out of the way. So that just happens to put the banner directly over the data.
So, Mark.
Yeah, so 300% puts the banner directly over the.
Take the map up to the top.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, so take the banner. So take Fargo and put it up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen.
Yeah, that's okay to start that way. So if I start like this, okay, all right, that's a little more tolerable because you can see the data without the, yeah, so start like that and then I guess work my way northward. And the nice thing about that is I can simply use the keypad to scroll up and go to the next couple of points and get the Goose River at Hillsboro. And it's, I think it's okay if it's, is that okay to cover some of that because you're still seeing the hydrograph and you're seeing the latest data. So I can scroll up using the mouse pad, go to the Sand Hill River Climax, 5:07 at 12:45 p.m., go to East Grand Forks. See, so what I need to do though is scroll up just a little bit so that I get the banner to pop up below.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So that'll work right there like that. All right, and then I can just keep scrolling up, get to, let's see, might have to come back down for this.
Beautiful. Okay. We can shut this off, Mark, if you want to.
All right. So that'll work. That's 300% right there. Is that plainly visible?
And what I'll do tonight is I'll test it. I'm going to take it home and I'll test it and I'll see if the banner's going to pop up, if we can make it even bigger. You know, because in the long run, I like the graph more than having the map in the background because we're scrolling over the map anyway, so nobody can really tell where in the map we even are.
Live streaming, so go back now. And we were live streaming, were we?
Yeah, so end stream. Did you shut it off first of all?
I'm back over here first.
OBS first.
Yep, so OBS. Okay.
Yep.